Now, welcome to our show, Ceylon Business News. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name is Matthias Knappe. I'm the head of the fiber textiles and clothing unit of an international organization that's called the International Trade Center.
Okay.
And we are a joint organization of the WTO and the UN, and we support developing countries in trade promotion, export development, especially the enterprises and small and medium-sized enterprises in many things, but including textiles and clothing, where I'm responsible for.
Right. Textiles and clothing is very, very close to me. My mother was a seamstress. I worked in a garment factory, right? So this is a very personal relationship I have with this industry. Please tell me what this program is about.
So this program is it's called it's a project in Sri Lanka that forms part of a program which is called Global Textiles and Clothing Program. So we're working in Sri Lanka, but we're also working in other countries, especially in the Middle East, North Africa, and Sub-Saharan Africa. The program, which goes into the second phase in the other countries, and just in Sri Lanka as the first phase, supports the industry, the textiles and clothing industry, and especially garment manufacturers, and here especially smaller, medium-sized companies, to become more competitive,
Right.
especially in all kinds of competitive factors, but especially in environmental and in circular environment sustainability and circularity, with the aim to have more competitive companies, finding new clients, exporting more, and through increased exports, employ more people.
Right. One thing very interesting I heard in your program is you are trying to develop the designers here, right? I think that we have very good world-class designers. They are working in other countries, right? Not here, right? So I met a designer here. She had made Halle Berry's wedding dress, right? So things like that. There are people who are that capable. What do you plan, like your modus operandi in getting the designers more encouraged here? How do you plan to do it?
Okay, so we have many actors with whom we would like to work with and would like to support. And this includes the entire industry. So we work on small and medium-sized enterprises, even some larger companies that are still stuck in CMT business but need to develop.
Yeah.
We also work with some of the large companies,
Yeah.
but not necessarily supporting them directly, but using them as mentors to support the smaller companies.
Okay.
I don't mention any names, but
Yeah,
you know
sure.
the names.
Yeah, yeah.
But as you mentioned, we also work with the designers.
Yes.
So we would like to support local designers to build their capacity and strengths, especially if they are already working in environment sustainability, circularity, and link them to manufacturing.
Right.
Because if manufacturers need to address circularity, and they will need to, because the market dictates this, especially the European Union,
Yes.
circularity starts from design.
Right. Definitely.
So they need to have some design skill or work together with designers so that they incorporate these things from the
Requirements in
design.
that.
Yeah.
Right, that's very good. So now, when it comes to design, now I remember the time I was there from Sweden. We had a team, Monica, I think she was. She used to come here discuss the next season's garments. They get all the pattern makers. I was the media guy, but I was the marketing guy. But because I had a idea of designs and designing, we were all invited. Then we are given like a sort of a format. Next winter, this is what we are looking at, and this way then we develop the designs and they call these factories for their shows. Do you have a parallel thing here with your organization? Does it do it now for these people, or you just go on the designers incorporating sustainability and circularity and then design?
So you mentioned earlier, or the questions earlier, the modus operandi. That's part of the modus operandi, if you wish. It's this is part of it. So we will need to build the capacities of the companies we work with, SMEs, some of the larger companies, but still stuck in CMT business, to build the basis on and to increase aspects at the production level, productivity, lean, quality, environmental and social sustainability. Help them also to move into pre-production things, finding the right fabrics, finding and developing the right products, linking it to tendencies, design initiatives in the identified markets, and then help them. So yes, what you described will be part of our modus operandi,
Yes.
because we will identify together with the companies based on what they produce potential markets.
Yeah.
But then we need market expertise.
Yes.
I'm not a designer. I'm not living in all these countries. I'm
Yep.
living just in one country. So we need people from that market
Yes.
that know exactly what the tendencies of the market are,
Oh yeah.
to prepare companies
Correct.
to be ready to export to that market.
Yes. Right. And one thing which intrigued me in the whole garment industry in the world was after the war, Second World War, when countries like Turkey and Egypt were very badly hit, they started producing garments, and then they got orders from Europe. So they did it. They came up to skill level. Then they used to alter the garment a little bit, put some design there, put a different label, and then they sell it back. And then they went on to develop their own labels. Uh, I like to know whether you all are having any program to get our guys to develop their own brands or export.
So what we want to do is we want to help companies to capture more value,
Okay.
because FOB prices are going to reduce further.
Yeah, yeah.
If they're stuck in just manufacturing, just sewing, there's no value.
Value.
So
You have to add value.
in order to add value, you need to develop their own. You start material sourcing, you need to do product development, and to a certain extent also design.
Yeah.
Not all the factories can
Do
have
that.
their own, can do this, but certainly some could do. They are doing FOB business.
Yes.
We need to help them, bringing them to
Very true.
maybe developing their own label or their own
Yeah,
brand.
exactly. That's what I
and
talk
then
about.
help them to access markets.
Mm.
It might be the regional markets
Mm.
in SAARC.
Yeah, anywhere.
It could also be the traditional markets in Europe and
Yeah, yeah.
the United States, for example. It will not be all the companies, but certainly those that have the basic
Capacity.
capabilities that need a little push from us.
Yes.
This we will do.
You all will do.
We
Oh,
will. That's planned what we want to do. Yes.
that is very good, because one thing I feel very disappointed is that we haven't gone to that level yet after so long. That's fantastic. And what is the next step from here for you all, for us with this program?
So we selected for the time being a number of companies. I think 16. We still have about 10 more spaces with the resources we have. So we're trying to motivate or convince companies to join more. And I think this event today showed a lot of interest. Also, companies that have not applied that would like now apply.
Okay.
So then we go in more depth into the factory
Yeah.
to see, okay, what are their capabilities, what are their challenges, what are their opportunities.
Yes.
Then we'll group them into, say, groups that have the same challenge or need the same kind of assistance.
Right.
And then provide this assistance through training, capacity building, coaching directly in the factories.
Yes.
with the staff, being at the operational line level, or being at with middle management, merchandisers,
Yeah.
product developers, designers. And once we think that we brought them to a certain level, then we'll facilitate the market linkages.
Right.
Could be B2Bs, could be trade for participation, trying to invite some buyers to come to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
The menu is wide, but it depends a little bit on the progress and also the commitment of the companies.
That is very important. Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Knappe.
Pleasure.
I think it was a very, very comprehensive answers you gave me. I'm sure our viewers will like. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Pleasure was mine.